Hi, this is Rip, CodeNotary team member, and today I'm going to take you through the onboarding process with CodeNotary's VCN CLI tool. The steps we'll be covering are account signup, email confirmation, downloading the VCN CLI tool, your first login via the CLI, your first sign, and your first verify. Let's get into it. So we're going to start here on the CodeNotary homepage at codenotary.io. And we'll go up to the upper right hand corner where it says start trial and click that button. Now I have multiple accounts, so I will start a new account so we're all on the same page. Type in a password and click register. I'll save that to my password manager, and as you can see up here it says registration successful, but please confirm your email. So we go to our email, click on the email that we were just sent from vChain and click on confirm. This will take us straight into our profile to start filling out our information. And here you're going to put in your first name, your last name, your company if you have one, or if you don't, that's fine. Put in your address, in your city, zip code, country, phone, and at the bottom for the subscription type. For this demonstration we'll be using the professional version and going through the onboarding for that, though there is a non-commercial version that we offer to open source developers as a thank you for supporting the community, and that is a free lifetime membership. So now that we have everything filled out, we're going to click Save. And as you can see up here in the upper left-hand corner across the top, for our email confirmation step of our onboarding progress bar, it has been checked off because we just confirmed our email a second ago. Now for the next step, we're going to download the VCN CLI tool. There's two places in where you can click to download the tool. On the left-hand sidebar, you have at the bottom, download the VCN CLI tool, and then at the top of the dashboard section, you have the button that says download in all caps with the GitHub icon in it. That is blue. We're going to click on that button and it will take us straight into the vChain GitHub page. Now that we're here on the GitHub page for vChain, we'll scroll down a little ways and we see a section where we have 4 options for downloading different files to correlating with our operating system. Now I want the vChain file for the Mac OS because that's the system I'm using, and I click on that and I will save the vChain file into my downloads folder and click save. Now it's downloading and you notice that there's a little bit of a warning here. The reason that warning is coming up is because we have what's known as the basic version of a certificate, digital certificate. What we did not get was the extended validation version of the digital certificate, which does the exact same thing as the basic version. The only difference is it's 4 times more expensive and this little warning notification doesn't pop up. Seeing how the only difference is this warning notification popping up or not popping up and being 4 times more expensive, we thought it was pretty ridiculous and doesn't add any additional security whatsoever for the user. So we go ahead and click keep for that, and now we will go into our folder, and sure enough, there it is. It's been downloaded. And just before we move on to the next step, let's check our progress bar, and yep, here we are. It has been checked off successfully, the download the VCN CLI. So the next step is going to be to log in via the CLI. So what we're going to need to do for that is actually open up our terminal. So I have my terminal open up now, and since I downloaded the file into my downloads folder, I want to change the directory to downloads. Now this is a little step that you'll want to do to make things easy on yourself. So because you'll want to change the name of the file just simply to VCN, and that just makes things a little bit easier when playing around with it in the CLI. So what we're going to want to do first is make the file executable, because as you can see, it's just a white file icon next to vcn. And so we're going to use the command change mod, which is chmod plus x, and then put in our vcn file name. Now that will have successfully changed it, and yes, you can see here it is that white icon is now a black icon. So that means it's executable. So our next step is going to be to actually log in. So for that command, we're going to put vcn login. It's going to ask us for our email address, the one that we just signed up with. So in my case, it was plus, shoot, was it 15 or 16? Let's try it out real quick. All right, so vchain.us was 16. Put in the password that we used for our registration. Now this is a important aspect right here, and we highlighted it in a different color just because it was so important. Now you're going to create what's known as a key store passphrase. This is how you're going to sign everything. Now what you're going to want to do is create one that you can remember but is strong, and then also store it offline in a safe place that you will always be able to get to. Why? Because there is no recovery possible if you lose this. So pick a password, put it in, and then you're going to want to re-enter it, and it's going to take a second, and it has been successfully created. So now as we can see up here in our progress dashboard, we have successfully completed the first login via the CLI. So our next step is going to be to do our first signature, our first signing of an asset. So for that, we go back to our terminal and we use the command vcn sign. Pretty simple. And let's see, we will sign the Brave browser. That looks pretty good. So put in that, auto-complete, and press enter. It takes, it's going to ask us for our key store passphrase, put that in, and it is signing the asset right now. Give it a couple of seconds while it uploads your signature to the blockchain, and it is now has a status of trusted. So let's go back and check our progress bar, and there it is, successfully completed, our first signature. And our last step is going to be to verify the asset that we just signed. So in order to do that, we'll go back to our terminal and use the command vcn verify. And then since it was the Brave browser file, put in that, autocomplete, and press enter. And you notice that instantaneously, nearly instantaneously, it comes back as trusted. And that's it. It's as simple as that. So let's go to our progress bar, and yep, as you can see, there is no progress bar anymore. Why? Because we successfully completed all 5 steps of the onboarding process. So to review, what we went through is the account signup, the email confirmation, the downloading of the vcn CLI tool, how to do your first login via the CLI, your first sign, and then your first verify. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Happy signing.